moving into more the technical side of things within Creo, and some of this again is a repeat of what we've done before, but you can see there with the image that we have shown that we have the ability to show dimensions, annotations, and similar to what we might do in a 2D drawing, but on a 3D view. And you'll see what I mean when I show you the demo in a moment. But they're tied directly to the model and the model geometry. Okay, so we can clearly see, and if we're not able to see directly from this particular view, we can always rotate the model and we can do our own measurements. Okay, and so we can understand a little bit better how things are going. So this is sort of, as it says there, the sort of the backbone of the model. Okay. Right. So the way this works within Creo is we have these things called combined states. You've probably seen this if you've used Creo to create a drawing before, and it says, do you want to use such and such combined state? And you might have gone yes, no, or whatever, and you're not really sure what that means. Within the concept of a 2D drawing, combined states have a limited functionality when we compare it to the 3D functionality, but inside of 3D, so this is a part file, but in the 3D environment, and we have these what we call combined states. Effectively, they become tabs inside of the 3D model, and you'll see later as I go through this, you'll be able to see different things and bits and pieces showing on all these different tabs. These tabs effectively are either like views in a 2D drawing, or they're like sheets within a 2D drawing. Okay, so sometimes you run out of room on one sheet, you move to the next sheet to show the view. Okay, well, there's no necessarily concept of different pages here, or different sheets, but there is a concept of effectively as many different views that we like. Okay, and you can set up like templates to have like to predefine a bunch of this information inside of your 3D models before you even begin. So you can see there, I mean, this is shown at a stage where it hasn't been checked into Windchill and so on, but you can see there's placeholders for that information to be included in the 3D model once it's checked in. So yeah, I mean, again, we effectively in all of these different tabs, let's just call them that for now, we can show different view orientations. So we can say, okay, this one's this view, the next one is going to be the front view, the next one is going to be the right view, and we can then show specific measurements, or we can show those measurements in 3D as well. It's up to us. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So annotation features in Creo, they organize annotations logically by function, such as like manufacturing versus inspection. They allow them to be grouped and reused across models. So yeah, they can be attached to a geometry, datum planes, similar to what we can do in a 2D drawing. Okay, as far as the functionality goes. Yeah, so that enables us to use the PMI, enable better management of the PMI, sorry. Okay. Okay, so semantic GD&T, so semantic just allows us to sort of more directly define, and so we can see in the 3D form the specific references that our GD&T are referring to. So is that referring to an edge, or is it referring to a surface? Which, you know, and it allows us to sort of capture or understand the details a little bit better. Okay. Now it says supports automation, so this information can be pulled through to some sort of manufacturing process. Okay, downstream. We also have some tools in Creo to allow compliance with different standards. And yeah, I mean, there's lots of other benefits, but it can certainly reduce the inspection time. Okay, I think I talked about this already, but yes, we can share a model in different 3D in different formats. So 3D PDF, Creo, Creo View, or directly back in Creo Parametric if we're sending it externally and somebody else also has Creo. Okay. And then to quickly look at the tools that we have in Creo. So if you have Creo Parametric, base level Creo Parametric license, that's tier 1, as we might call it these days, or it's perhaps a license that was purchased a while back and has been maintained, you will be able to do the 3D annotations and the stuff that I'm about to show you. There are additional extensions that can be added on to Creo or maybe included at a higher tier level. So we have, GD&T Advisor. So it allows us to help more automate creation of our geometric tolerancing information. There's a couple of different levels there. We also have tolerance analysis, which allows us to look at tolerance stack ups and any potential issues we've got if we're manufacturing perhaps large quantities and we want to look at percentages of failure and things like that. Creo View, that's if you've got wind chill, then that would allow any user downstream of once the models may be checked in to view that information. And if it's been released or it's released to manufacture, then even on the design floor via maybe an iPad or something, somebody can look at that information. Okay, so please contact us. There's a lot of info right there, but please contact us if you need more information on that specifically.